Welcome to this tutorial for Rodeo Ticket. Today I'm going to show you how to use our email tool. So start by logging into your account. And then you're going to see all of your current and upcoming rodeos. These ones here, of course, are all our fake demo rodeos that we use for tutorials like this one. Today we're going to look at the English rodeo. All right. Now from the sidebar menu, you're going to go into messaging and then email attendees. Now, the first thing you're going to do is start to narrow down who you're sending your email to. So you can send it to participants, so people who registered for your event, or you can send it to people who bought tickets for your event. You can send it to sponsors. If you've got volunteers set up or fundraising set up, you'll see those options as well in this dropdown. Today, we're going to look at tickets, though. All right. You're going to want to further narrow down your recipients. So click this recipients button. All right. So to start with, you can email by ticket status. So these are active, are all of your completed ticket orders. So if you're sending an email to people who are coming to your event or came to your event in the past, you're going to want that to be active. If you want to send an email to people who didn't finish their ticket orders, then you can switch it to incomplete. We'll switch it back to active for now. You can select which event years you want to send your email to. So if you're doing an email blast announcing this year's rodeo and you want all of your past attendees to get tickets. And you can further drill down by event times. So you're sending an email specifically about Bulls Night, and so you can deselect these other event times. We're going to leave them all selected for now. You can even drill down by sections based on what your seat map or ticket sections look like. Okay. You can further drill down by adding some filters. So we've got scan time, so you can filter by scan time. So if there's something you need to email about that is based on like scan time, or if people haven't scanned, you can do that. If you've added questions to your ticketing form, you can also filter by those questions. It looks like I don't have questions on my ticket form, but if you do, you can even filter by that. And if you add a question to your form later that people who bought tickets previously didn't answer, but you need them to answer it, you can send an email to people who left that one blank. So you can get that information from all of your attendees. All right. And then down below here, we've got the ability to exclude all current and future attendees. So if you are trying to get people to buy tickets, you don't want to send an email to people who've already bought tickets for this year or for 2027, for next year, just for 2027 in this case. So you can turn that on as well. And then we default to sending one email per email address. But if you need to send one email per ticket instead of one per email address, then go ahead and toggle this on. This will just, if someone bought 5 tickets in their order, they'll get 5 emails. And that can be kind of annoying to get 5 of the same emails. But if you need to do that, then you certainly can by following this on. All right. Once you're happy with how you have your recipient selected, you're going to go ahead and hit save. All right. And then I have already sent emails through my emailer, so I've already got an email address here. If you haven't sent emails to our system before, you're going to have to start by adding an email. So you're going to add your email here and click validate and go through the validation process. It's really quick with Amazon. Once you've added your email address, you're going to hit validate. And then you have the option to verify your domain or verify your email. For now, I'm just going to verify email. So you're going to get an email sent from Amazon to this email address. In that email, click the verify link. And then when you come back to this page, you're going to click this button here so you can start sending emails. if you want to take it a step further, you can click verify my domain, and then that will walk you through the DKIM process for adding that to your website domain. If you have an @Gmail email address that you're sending from, you don't need to worry about this. But if you're using a custom domain, it is helpful to verify your domain because that helps ensure that the emails you send hit people's inboxes instead of their spam folder. All right. So down here, we've got, you can enter your subject line. You can even add emojis, which is nice. And you can put in a custom message here, customize it however you want, add images, add a table, add links, bullet points, highlight important information. You can do all of that here. All right, once you're happy with your script line and your message, next I'm going to show you our advanced settings. So we're going to start with these toggles and then we'll cover email settings here. All right, so custom sender name. So the sender name, when you open your email inbox, there's a section where it tells you who the email's from and then the subject line. Who the email's from, it's going to default to showing your email address unless you want to customize it. So you can customize it here. We'll just have it be the English Rodeo. You can also customize your preview text. The preview text is the message that appears after the subject line before you've opened your email. So if you don't have custom preview text, then it's just going to default to the first line in your email message. I'm not going to customize it, but if you want to, we do have that capability. All right. And the last thing is you can personalize the email. So we've got these handy placeholders here that you can use. So you can really send a personalized email message to folks. So I'm going to copy Billing's name so you can kind of see what that looks like. All right. The last thing I'm going to show you is under advanced are email settings. So you'll notice I've already been in here and set up some of my settings. So you'll notice I've got a blue background color and a white foreground color. I'll show you what that looks like in the preview. I've opted to include my event logo or at the top of my email large, but you can put it at the bottom if you prefer, and you can make it a different size. I've opted to include sponsor logos, and I can adjust the size. Sponsor logos are always going to appear at the bottom of your email. You can also include social media icons. The only ones that are going to appear are the ones where you've added a link here. I've added some links here. So we'll see Facebook, Instagram, and X at the bottom of my email. And then lastly, you can update your mailing address. It's required by law that there be a mailing address at the bottom of those emails, but you can update what that address is here. Okay, once you're happy with those, go ahead and hit save. And now I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to go to send options, and you can save it as a draft or preview and send. I'm going to go to the preview and send. All right. So you'll see here, I've got my blue background and my white foreground. I've got my Rodeo logo at the top here. Looks like my message is here, and it looks like that placeholder text is working properly. So everyone's going to have the billing name that's tied to their email address appear here. So that's great. I've got my social media icons here, and then I've got my sponsors at the bottom here, as well as the address and a spot where people can manage their subscriptions so they can unsubscribe if they would like to. That's just required. All right. And then at the bottom here, you'll get a recipient fill estimate. It looks like I've got one. That's probably because all the tickets I've purchased on this fake demo event have the same email address. So That's why that number is low. You can send yourself a test email. That's going to go to the email address listed here. So you can kind of see what it looks like in your inbox and then what it looks like when people open it. So that's handy. You can send it immediately, you can send it later, or if you've noticed something that you want to change really fast in its preview, you can go ahead and return to your email. All right, that is how you use our email tool. It's a great way to get important information out to your attendees, to sponsors, to volunteers. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.